Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my students? I hope that you're happy and healthy and ready for today's lesson and today's unit, which will be beginning Unit 3, Listen and Discuss. So this is the unit goals, but before we do that, let's read the title of this unit. There's no place like home. This is a quote or a saying that is known when you, of course, miss your house, or if you have troubling outside your home. You say, there's no place like home. And I think that we all agree with this quote and this saying. So this is this unit's goals. The vocabulary, we'll be talking about houses and apartments and describing some words. So there's no place like home. From the title of the unit, I think that you can guess the theme and the vocabulary that we'll be talking about in this unit: apartments and houses. The functions, to talk about your dream home, describing your describing things that you're looking for. The grammar, we'll be talking about adjective order, to and enough, and listening, we'll be listening some specific details. And the pronunciation, the stress on two-syllable nouns and verbs. If you remember what is a syllable, you will remember it in the pronunciation lesson. Reading, we'll be reading about the Saudi Vision to 2030. We'll be reading about the Saudi Vision 2030. Writing, write a description of a home. So as I said before, this is the theme of the unit. For meaning function, words connected with asking for understanding and giving directions, asking someone to repeat something, expressing requests, offers, promises, warnings and decisions, and finally the future with dependent time clauses. So all of this, what we will be learning in this unit. So today's objectives for the listen and discuss, to differentiate between house and a home. Try to tell the difference between a house and a home. We will be discussing this question a lot in this unit. Name important things at home. Distinguish between the interior and the exterior of a home. Answer general questions about the text. Write a quote about home. So what do you see in this picture? Of course, this is an easy one. This is a picture of a house, or it may be a home for someone. So what do you think is the difference between a house and a home? If someone asks you, what's the difference between a house and a home? Can you tell the difference between a house and a home? You can discuss this with your colleagues. For me, the difference is very easy. A house is an object. It's just a house. There's maybe an apartment, a mansion, a castle maybe. So it's just a type of accommodation, a type of place to stay in. On the other hand, home is the place where I live in, whether it's a house, it's an apartment, it's a VR car, it's just the place I'm living in. It also might mean the city or the country that I'm living in. So this is the difference for me. This is my own opinion for this matter. The second question: what are the most important things in your home? In your home, what are the most important things? So maybe it's your family, maybe some things that you own, some materialistic things, of course. So you can discuss this with your colleagues. And we have a third question here: describe both the interior and the exterior of your dream home. Describe both the interior, so it means from the inside of your home or house, and the exterior, from the outside. So describe the interior and the exterior of your dream home. This is your dream home. So set your imagination free and describe the interior. Does it have lots of bedrooms? Does it have a spacious maybe hall? And the exterior, does it have lots of windows? Maybe the painting. Maybe what will you do about the roof? So try to discuss this with your friend and tell him your dream home, and of course he will tell you about his. So this is set your imagination free to describe both the interior and the exterior of your dream home. So this is an article about what is home. What is home? So this whole article will be answering this question: what is home. So let's listen together for the first part of this article. You see here, number 1, what is home? Let's listen.
What is home? A roof to keep out the rain? 4 walls to keep out the wind? Floors to keep out the cold? Yes, but home is more than that. It is the laugh of a baby, the verse of a mother, the strength of a father, warmth of loving hearts, lights from happy eyes, kindness, loyalty, comradeship. Home is the first school, for young ones, where they learn what is right, what is good, and what is kind, where they go for comfort when they are hurt or sick, where joy is shared and sorrow eased, where fathers and mothers are respected and loved, where children are wanted, where the simplest food is good enough for kings because it is earned, where money is not as important as loving kindness, where even the tea kettle whistles from happiness. That is home. Ernestine Schumann Haag.
So this is what Ernestine says about how to describe what is home. So what did Ernestine said? Home is more than that. It's the laugh. Here, it's a laugh of a baby, the verse of a mother, the strength of a father, the warmth of loving hearts. So it's about family. In the beginning, it's about family, lights from happy eyes, kindness, loyalty, comradeship. So the nature of the connection between the members of this family. Home is the first school. This is a wonderful saying. Home is the first school. Home is where you learn what to do in the beginning of your life. Let's say home is where you learn your firsts, maybe your first steps, the first time you learn to eat. The home is where you have your firsts. For young ones, where they learn what is right, what is good, what is kind, where they go for comfort when they are hurt or sick, where joy is shared and sorrow eased. So home is where you go, where you seek comfort when you are hurt or sick. This is a wonderful saying. Home is where you feel at ease. For example, here, where fathers and mothers are respected and loved, where children are wanted, where the simplest food is good enough for kings because it is earned, where money is not important. Of course, home is where money is not important because they appreciate you and love you for who you are. As important as loving kindness, where the tea kettle whistles from happiness, that is home. Of course, this is a wonderful saying. I agree with all of it. So let's continue to the next part. We have 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's listen.
2. No one realizes how beautiful it is to travel until he comes home and rests his head on his old, familiar pillow. Lin Yu Tang. 3. Bricks and mortar make a house, but the laughter of children makes a home. Irish proverb. 4. The best way to keep children home is to make the home atmosphere pleasant, and let the air out of the tires. Dorothy Parker. 5. A small house can lodge 100 friends. Egyptian proverb.
So these are all some wonderful sayings. Let's just discuss them a little bit. Number 2, no one realizes how beautiful it is to travel until he comes home and rests his head on his old familiar pillow. I actually agree with this. When you travel for 1 or 2, 3 months maybe, you miss your bed, your pillow. Once you get back and you sleep on your own pillow, then you feel home. This is, of course, Sin is by Lin Yu Tang. Number 3, bricks and mortar makes a house, but the laughter of children makes home. So, as I said previously, bricks and mortar makes a house. A house is just an object. What makes it a home is the laughter of the children. So, bricks and mortar makes a house. What makes it home is the family and the laughter of the children. Number 4, the best way to keep children home is to make the home atmosphere pleasant and let the air out of the tires. Dorothy Parker. To let air out of the tires, to make them stay at home, of course. Number 5, a small house can lodge hundreds of friends. This is an Egyptian proverb. So a small house can take hundreds of friends as long as they are together. So continuing here, number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's listen to them together.
6. Home is where the heart is. English proverb. 7. There isn't enough furniture in the world to make a house without love feel like a home. Unknown. 8. A house is a home when it shelters the body and comforts the soul. Philip Moffat. 9. A house that does not have one worn, comfy chair in it is soulless. May Sarton. 10. A small, old house filled with love is better than a large, new house with none. Unknown.
All of these are very good sayings. Home is where the heart is. Home is where your heart aches to be there. Home is where the heart is. Number 7, there isn't enough furniture in the world to make a house without love feel like home. So home is not about the furniture, it's about the love that happens in that house. That's what makes it a home. Also, this is a wonderful saying. Number 8, a house is a home when it shelters the body and comforts the soul, by Philip Moffat. When your soul feels comfort, this is what you call home. Number 9, a house that does not have one worn comfy chair, it is soulless. This is a good saying. A house that doesn't have one worn comfy chair, worn from because it was used a lot. Someone was sitting on the chair for years. This is what you call home. A small old house filled with love is better than a large new house with none. Of course, that's correct. These are some cultural notes about who said the previous quotes. Ernestine, from 1861 to 1936, was from a city near Prague in what is now the Czech Republic. She had a long and varied career around the world. Dorothy Parker, 1893 to 1967, was an American writer of short stories and poems. She was famous for her sharp humor. Lin Yutang, from 1895 till 1976, was a well-known author born in China. He came to the US in 1923 to study and lived there most of his life. He was known for his translations of Chinese literature into English. May Sarton, from 1912 to 1995, was an American poet and novelist. Philip Moffat is an author from CEO of Esquire magazine and was the founder of the Life Balance Institute in California, USA. So these are some cultural notes about the authors or the people who said some of the previous quotes. Let's discuss some of these quotes. The first quote here, quote 1, even the tea kettle whistles from happiness. This is in the number 1. Even the tea kettle whistles from happiness. So, what is a tea kettle? Do you know what a kettle is? What a tea kettle is? So, let's see the answer here. Something used to boil water for tea. Something that you put water in and you put it on fire. Then you boil the water to make tea. How can tea kettle whistle? How does it whistle? Let's check the answer here. When the water boils, many kettles make whistling sound. And you can see the picture here. I think now you know what we're talking about. This is the tea kettle. And I think just by seeing this picture, you can hear the kettle whistling. Quote 4 here. Let the air out of the tires. The car tires, to let the air out of the tires. What are the tires referred to in the quote? The tires. What do they refer to in this quote? Let's see the answer here. The tires on a car, of course, the tires of a car. How will this keep the children home? How will, if you let the air out of the tire, how will this to keep the children home? Let's see the answer here. Letting the air out means the tires will be flat and they won't be able to drive away. As you can see here in this picture, this is a flat tire. You can't drive your car with flat tires, and that will make the children stay home. Quote 7, there isn't enough furniture in the world. There isn't enough furniture in the world. What does furniture mean? Do you know the meaning of the word furniture? Very good. Let's check the correct answer here. The movable objects that are used to make a room or building suitable for living or working, in such tables, chairs, or desks. For example, you can see here the sofa, the tables, the lamp, the cupboard on the right, and also the armchair on the left. All of these are furniture. Again, the movable objects that are used to make a room or building suitable for living or working in, such as tables, chairs, or desks. Quote number 9, on worn, comfy chair. Worn, comfy chair. So the question here, what does comfy mean? When you say the chair is comfy, let's check the answer here. A short, informal form of comfortable. A short, informal, so this is informal language here. Short, informal form of comfortable. So comfy means comfortable, that the chair is comfortable. Why is worn chair more comfortable than a new chair? Why is the worn chair, the one that's used a lot, more comfortable than a new one? Try to guess the answer here. Let's check the correct answer. Because it's probably soft and you don't need to be careful when you sit in it, you can relax. So the new one, sometimes you can't relax because you're careful, because it's new. On the other hand, the worn one, it's old, it's soft, you can sit on it as you like, as you can relax. As you can see here in this picture, this is maybe a little bit worn, comfy chair. So a quick check here, vocabulary, complete the sentences with one of these words: atmosphere, loyalty, mortar, comfort, furniture, worn, lodge, and shelter. So these are the meanings of these words. Atmosphere means the mood or feeling in a place, such as home. So when you say the atmosphere, it means the mood or the feeling in that place. Comfort, help or kindness to someone who is hurt or feeling bad for some reason. Lodge, to provide someone with accommodation. To lodge is to provide someone with accommodation. Loyalty, to show constant support for someone, such as family member or a friend. Loyalty, when you are loyal to someone, it means you are always supporting him. Furniture, the movable objects that are used to make a room or building suitable for living or working in, such as tables, chairs, or desks, as we took before. Shelter, to protect from something. A home protects people from the cold, wind, rain, etc. So to shelter something is to protect something from someone. A home protects us, the people, from cold, wind, rain, etc. Mortar is a mixture of lime with cement, sand, and water. It's used in buildings to bond bricks or stones together. Worn means damaged or in poor condition because of heavy use. So, number 1, the people showed to the king by putting his face on the new coin. The people showed to the king by putting his face on the new coin. So choose one of these words here. The people showed to the king by putting his face on the new coin. Yes, the people showed loyalty to the king by putting his face on the new coin. Number 2, when children have nightmares, mothers give with loving words. When children are scared, they're having nightmares. So, very good. They need comfort from their mothers. So mothers give them comfort with loving words. Number 3, the museum has a quiet and peaceful, very good, atmosphere, because it's always quiet. The museum has a quiet and peaceful atmosphere. Number 4, some houses are built from bricks and, yes, mortar. Some houses are built from bricks and mortar. Number 5, they had no money to buy something, so they used boxes and chairs. So they had no money to buy what? Very good, furniture. So instead they used boxes as chairs. Number 6, we've had this couch too long. It's starting to look, very good, this is an easy one, worn. We had this couch for too long. It's starting to look worn. Number 7, we used the tree for during the storm. So during the storm, what did we use the tree for? We used it for shelter. We sheltered ourselves from the storm using this tree. Number 8, a hotel with many rooms can, very good, can lodge many people. A hotel with many rooms can lodge many people. Exercise B here, comprehension. Answer the questions. What's the best way to keep children at home? Of course, from the article, from the quotes, what's the best way to keep children at home? Yes, make the home atmosphere pleasant. To make the home atmosphere pleasant. What do you think is the difference between a house and a home? I think we discussed this in the beginning of this lesson. This is, of course, according to your opinion. Home is where you live and feel happy. A house is just a house. It's just an object. What do you think is the real meaning of Proverb 5? Proverb 5 here, a small house can lodge hundreds of friends. What do you think the meaning of this one? This is, of course, according to your own analysis, your own understanding. Home is where you find happiness and comfort. No matter if it's one or hundreds of friends. Who wants to keep his or her kids at home? So which writer wants to keep his or her kids at home? Yes, Dorothy Parker. Who sees home as a perfect place? Yes, Lin Yu Tang and Ernestine Schwimmer Hank. And with that, we reach the end of this lesson. See you next lesson, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.